What causes you to become inebriated when you drink alcohol? Ethanol is a simple molecule with only a few carbon atoms. Is the cause of inebriation. Often referred to simply as alcohol. Alcoholic beverages include the active component ethanol. Its simplicity allows it to pass through membranes and tuck themselves into a variety of nooks. When compared to other, bulkier molecules, it produces a wide spectrum of actions. So, how does it create intoxication? Why does it have such a wide range of impacts on various people? To respond to these inquiries, we will have to track alcohol's progress through the body. When alcohol enters the stomach, it gets absorbed into the bloodstream through the intestines, particularly the small intestine. Alcohol's ability is influenced by the contents of the stomach. Because the pyloric sphincter, which closes after eating, allows bacteria to enter the bloodstream. The sphincter that connects the stomach and the small intestine shuts. As a result, the amount of alcohol that reaches the bloodstream after a large meal. On an empty stomach, the same drink might only be a quarter of that. Alcohol travels from the bloodstream to the organs, particularly those with the largest blood flow. The liver and the brain are two of the most important organs in the body. The liver is the first organ to be affected, and enzymes in the liver are the first to be affected. In 2 steps, break down the alcohol molecule. First, an enzyme called ADH converts alcohol to harmful acetaldehyde. The hazardous acetaldehyde is then converted to non-toxic acetate by an enzyme called ALDH. The liver continuously removes alcohol as the blood circulates. However, the amount of alcohol consumed is determined by the first round of elimination. The brain and other organs are affected. Emotional, cognitive, and social functions of the brain are all affected by brain sensitivity. And the behavioral effects of alcohol, often known as inebriation. The neurotransmitter GABA, the brain's primary brake, is activated by alcohol. The neurotransmitter glutamate, the body's principal gas, is reduced. Neurons become significantly less communicative as a result of this. At moderate doses, consumers feel calm. At higher doses, they fall asleep. At toxic concentrations, it can stifle the brain activity required for survival. A small group of neurons is also stimulated by alcohol. It runs from the middle of the brain to the nucleus accumbens, a crucial area for inspiration. As with all addictive substances, it causes the nucleus accumbens to discharge dopamine. Users experience a burst of pleasure as a result of this. Endorphins are synthesized and released by some neurons when they are exposed to alcohol. When we are stressed or in danger, endorphins assist us relax. Endorphin levels that are high contribute to euphoria. Alcohol use is linked to both relaxation and euphoria. Finally, the breakdown of alcohol by the liver outpaces the absorption of alcohol by the brain. Drunkenness dissipates. At every step along the way, there will be individual disparities. People may become more or less inebriated as a result of this. A guy and a woman who weigh the same and drink the same amount, for example. Even if they eat the same dinner, their blood alcohol levels will differ. VACs, for example. This is due to the fact that women have less blood than men. Women have a larger fat proportion than men. When compared to muscle, this requires less blood. A lower blood volume carries the same quantity of alcohol as a larger blood volume, implying that women's concentration will be higher. VAC is also influenced by genetic polymorphisms in the alcohol processing enzymes in the liver. Regular drinking can also help to boost the synthesis of these enzymes, helping to increase tolerance. Those who drink heavily for a long time, on the other hand, are at risk. It is possible that you will get liver damage, which has the opposite effect. Meanwhile, there are hereditary variances in dopamine, GABA, and other neurotransmitters. Endorphin transmission may play a role in risk for the development of an alcoholism. Those who have naturally low amounts of endorphins or dopamine may self-medicate by consuming alcohol. Some people are more prone to binge drinking than others. Because of a sensitive endorphin response, the pleasurable benefits are amplified of alcoholic beverages. Others have different GABA transmission patterns. As a result, they are more susceptible to the sedative effects of alcohol. This reduces their chances of developing a drinking problem. Meanwhile, the brain adjusts to persistent alcohol use by lowering GABA levels, enhancing glutamate activity, as well as dopamine and endorphin transmission. This means that regular drinkers are more likely to be anxious, have difficulty sleeping, and have trouble concentrating. And you will have less enjoyment. These structural and functional alterations may result in a disordered use pattern. When drinking is pleasurable but not drinking is distressing, creating a vicious circle. As a result, both heredity and prior experience have an impact on how a person reacts to alcohol. This means that some people are more vulnerable than others to particular drinking patterns than others. And a history of drinking leads to alterations in the brain and behavior.